Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here today. And to everyone that showed up to my live on Saturday, it was really nice having you all there. Thank you so much for sharing some of your time with me. And today we're just going to talk a little bit about what I talked about in the live a little bit, but just kind of relating that to an article that has come out by Radar Online, and just looking at how what they're saying is giving us a prelude, giving us information to look into the coming, what is coming, what we are seeing happening when it comes to Harry and Meghan and their future, their lives together, their lives apart. Because I'm telling you folks, it's coming. It may not have happened now. It may be that people think it's never going to come, but I'm telling you, oh yes, it's coming. All right? And that's what we're talking about today. Okay, Anish? All right, let's get into it. So one of the things I wanted to also talk about is just to acknowledge Prince William's homelessness initiative, where he is looking to get rid of homelessness. And I just have to applaud that. I'm really happy to see the good work that he is doing and the impact that he is making. That the things that drew me to the royal family in general was the good work that they do to help people, less resource people that are in vulnerable situations that just sometimes need a little hand up. And I really admire Prince William. I also wrote a letter to him. Yes, I wrote a letter to Prince William, and I do hope I hear back from him. It's about my charity work and the work that he's doing, and I'm hoping that I will get a letter back. I know that he's extremely busy with the work that he is doing, and he has people that answer letters on his behalf, and I'm just hoping to get something back. I'm excited, and if I hear back, I will let you all know for sure. Now, talking about what has come out most recently, Radar Online, and I think, looking at what I talked about on Saturday about how we've seen Meghan and how she has dumped people meticulously when she doesn't have a use for them anymore. It's like clear defining of trying to step up on that ladder to get higher, and to just discard the people that help to lift her up on that ladder. And that's what I think is the most egregious of anybody to do, to treat people like that, to not know where you come from. That's the worst kind of a person, to just step on people, to just throw people away. Like, I don't need you. Get out my life. That is despicable to me. That is the worst kind of a person to do something like that, to not know where you come from. And I think that's what attracted me to Diana, is because she came from such privilege, but yet her heart was always in the mode of helping people, where she clearly never had to give 2 cents about people who were, less privileged than she, but she cared. And that's what made people love her so much. And the idea that someone like Meghan tries to pretend that she cares, and people still, like, they have that support of the crazies. it's like, wake up! Do you not see how this woman treats people? How could you be attracted to somebody who discards people so effortlessly? Just, ugh. I just find the person that does that despicable. So this is the article. It says, ruthless. I mean, that's what sums it up. Ruthless. The girl is just ruthless. Meghan Markle set to give henpecked husband Harry the chop after she butchered ties with dad and royal family before axing her closest friends. Yes, just axing them out. It's like, I don't need ya. Be gone with you, peons. It's like, let them eat cake. Just let them eat the cake, okay? Antoinette, we all know the story, right? She's cleared through so many staffs. She's been dubbed everything from Duchess Difficult to a mini dictator. So Radar Online can now reveal, this is what I find is so key, because they can now reveal that Meghan Markle is set to make Prince Harry her next chopping block victim. There are things, rumblings, things are happening behind the scenes amongst the people. Word of mouth, things are getting out. And this is how we come to this information. And not only that, but it's in the signs. It's in the things that we see. It's clear, it's coming. We can see the pattern. We can see when they are together. We can see by what Harry's doing. We can see by what Harry is not doing. By not seeing, like there are so many signs that are there. It's a gradual process, because trust me, folks, she's never going to just completely get rid of Harry until she has sucked it all out. Got it all figured out how she's going to manipulate and take the money and be self-sufficient, because that will not be to her advantage. So it's not going to just be suddenly and not think about, what else she can get. There's a process to this. Rumors explode. The pair have secretly separated. Okay, so after butchering her ties to everyone from her dad, the royal family, with Megxit, and her closest friends, including Jessica Mulroney, experts say that the ruthless ex-actress is on the road to make her split. That's right, folks. She's on the road to make this split. So royal biographer Hugo Vickers says that her ruthless habit, and that's key, because it is a habit, it's a pattern, it's the way she does things, it's a part of her upbringing, her being, okay? So Meghan's ruthless habit of taking the axe to relationships when they've served their course. People usually act in character, and they usually act on form. And that is what we have to understand. This is what I said during my live. There is a way that Meghan goes about doing things, because at the end of the day, it's about what is good for Meghan Markle. It is what is good for her. And if she's not feeling it, if she's no longer invested in trying to curate something to her benefit, it doesn't matter. She's not going to pretend and going to entertain something that is not going to help her at the end of the day. That's just how things are with her. The article goes on to say, I hate to say it, but her form is that she dumped her father, her first husband. She dumped her Canadian chef lover. Okay. It's a pattern, folks. She dumped Jessica Mulroney. She then dumped the entire British royal family, who was going to be next for the chop then. I think inevitably, probably Prince Harry. And there'll come a time when she'll think that she doesn't need him. Because we know she's got the little arsenal of writing her own memoir in the back of her pocket, which will get her a lot of money. And she doesn't need Harry for that. She doesn't need Harry to make millions and millions of dollars from her own memoir about what Harry's family did to her. You have to understand that this is a woman who is calculating her future. And if there's more to be obtained, then that's where she's going to keep climbing to get the rest, to get more of that. We're not going to stay mundane and complacent and just sit in our solace of normality of, okay, well, this is it. I'm done. There's more to be had. And she will continue to try to get there. Multiple sources have referred to Harry as a hen-pecked husband. And we can tell just by looking at Harry. Harry just doesn't have a clue. It's really sad. I'm not going to beat up on him too much, but the reality is this is somebody who has done something that was warned not to do it. He's done it, and he's going to have to pay the price for his own actions. He did it. He married her. And clearly there's problems, because this is somebody who I don't even think has really made it back to Montecito from when he was doing his little rounds, going to other places without Meghan. I mean, you have to look at the fact that the brand has already been doomed as toxic. So if you can't even work together anymore to make money, to hone your brand, to uplift yourselves as a brand, then what do you think that's going to do for the actual marriage? The marriage is toxic. If you can't be together as a married couple and show people that you are a team and that you can make good outcomes and you can make good things come to people that you're trying to pretend like you're out there to help. If you can't come together for that, then what makes you think you're going to be able to come together behind closed doors to have a loving relationship? Because that relationship is contingent on you being successful financially. We know that because that's what they told us. They told us the reason why they left the royal family is because they wanted to be independent of making money, be independent of receiving money from the royal family. So the whole goal from the very, very beginning was as a marriage to go make money. The marriage can no longer make money together. So how are you going to now be independent of your marriage mate making money and thriving within a marriage when you are doomed already as a couple with business? Can you imagine the talks that are happening behind the scenes with Harry and Meghan moving forward, trying to make this work? The stress that comes with that, as the bills pile on, the need to make more money, because they go through a lot of money. They spend a lot. An expert is fearing for the prince's future and says that he could also be said to become a victim to Markle's infamous tell-all interviews if he ends up being divorced by the Duchess. And that is where Harry will find himself in a lot of emotional, bitter, not good place to be, because it's already difficult enough to go through a divorce as a private person. Imagine having to go through a divorce publicly with somebody who is spilling all of your family secrets, who is throwing you away when you've lost everything. Can you imagine how difficult this would be for Harry when Meghan goes to divorce him? It's going to be a very pivotal moment in Harry's life of hardship I don't think that he's ever felt before. I know it was difficult when his mom passed away, but when he goes through the headache and the hardship that Meghan is going to invoke onto him from this divorce, it's going to be tough for him. Very, very difficult. Vickers also added, I don't know when she might make the particular call, and it's not for me to speculate, but she will probably somehow put him in the wrong so that she can say that she's a wronged woman. And he's just behaved like all the others. The day is coming where Harry will be the one doing exactly what Harry was complicit in doing with Meghan. One day Harry's going to be the one on the receiving end of that. But he was complicit when it was happening to other people. So what? I mean, how are you going to get sympathy or to get any kind of support behind what Meghan is going to throw at you now when you were complicit in doing the exact same thing? You were motivated to do that by your wife. I mean, I don't think that she ever admits that she is wrong about anything, and we know she doesn't. She'll never admit that she's wrong about something. But I feel very sorry for Prince Harry because I think he's in a very difficult place at the moment. And I have to say as well, yeah, I believe he's in a very tough spot. He'll try to save face and to try to make himself appear as if all is good. We're still together. I'm doing this, try to save face for the people. But the rumors have started. The cracks are there. We see it. And it doesn't get better from here. It doesn't get better from here for Harry. It just goes all downhill. But there's redemption. I mean, he can be redeemed. He can come out of his psychosis of delusion and think that, I've married the wrong woman. That could happen. I mean, I hope it does, Harry. You're going to wake up out of your slumber of stupidity of what you have done to your life. Are you going to wake up out of that is the question. I think he has been for some time. I don't think that her projects have done Harry any good. Yeah, it's kind of like Meghan has brought disdain on Harry, and he knows it. He knows. He's like, that's messed up. The Jam, the Archetypes podcast, the 40 by 40, the things that she's tried to do have just made Harry just look like a dweeb. It's just made him look like a failure. It's made him look less than. It has certainly not made him appear royal-like. Must be very difficult to watch yourself go downhill when you were so optimistic about your future on the freedom flight. The reality is setting in. Former Top Magazine editor Tina Brown recently blasted Meghan, we know, labeling her as Harry's exit from the royal family as a disaster. It was a disaster, and the clues to their future life have led us to it's just not going well. Just everything. The how they implemented and tried to make it work. It's not elevated. It's plummeting. And that could not be good for the marriage. So she also went on to say that she has all these people and she asks their opinion and then she doesn't follow it. Harry and Meghan have been leading increasingly separate lives, with the Duke recently embarking on a 3-week break for a charity trip to Lesotho, as well as 2 events in New York and a TV appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Doing these things separate from your wife shows, I think, a lot of people that you're trying to save face that, okay, look, I'm still a prince. And you're trying to get out there and be royal-like and to have all the people that you know support you revalidate you. To validate you that you're the prince and that they like you. Yes, I'm here. And he's taking his pictures and he's trying to get that good feeling back, because it's not around when he's with Meghan living his mundane life in California. The exiled royal, whose warts and all memoirs spare, killed his relationships with his father, King Charles, and the future king, his brother, Prince William, also marked his 40th birthday without his wife. And doesn't make sense, because Meghan did her whole 40 by 40 was significant for her. She tried to mark it with something special. And now here comes Harry's 40th and there's nothing. They tried to put out that Meghan planned Harry's trips with his friends for his 40th. And that's a bunch of wah. Okay, whatever. 40, you wanted to plan his 40th birthday with his friends. Okay, what else you gonna say that's a lie? Because that is a lie. Okay, is a lie. And he also marked his 40th birthday, we know, without his wife, opting for a hiking trip with friends instead of a celebration at home. So we can see, folks, that people are planting the seeds of doubt of a future marriage with Harry and Meghan. I look at it as being one of those teachable moments where people tried to teach Harry, people tried to tell him, and now he's in a position where he needs to start thinking about himself. You better think about Prince Harry. You better think about you and what you're going to be doing with those children, because your future with your wife, Meghan Markle, is a dud of a dud. If I ain't never seen a dud. And you best to get to stepping, Harry, if you want to save any inkling of your sanity, your well-being, your just quality of life. It needs to be saved at this point, and we'll have to just wait and see what his next steps will be, because I know one of your steps is not going to be trying to save this marriage, because she's going to get rid of you. It is going to be over for Prince Harry, and I have to be concerned. I think we should all be concerned by what happens to him. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, I don't know, he did it himself. I ain't going to be concerned about him. It's his own fault. Well, at the end of the day, this is somebody, I think, who got it wrong. And let's hope he wakes up and tries to learn from it so we can try to say, okay, we feel sorry for you. We hope you get better. And he can recognize that he should have listened. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to listen to people, even if you don't want to hear the truth. And that is what I believe is the biggest teachable moment here for Harry, is that he just didn't listen to the people that were trying to tell him something that he didn't want to hear. And that is unfortunate for him. Yeah, it's coming, and we can see it. All right, I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next one.